Hi, my name is not Anora. You can call me Anna. For those of you who don't know what Nanowrimo is, it stands for National Novel Writing Month, normally done in November, where you aim to write 50,000 words within 1 month. Camp just means that it's in a different month, July. Basically, for those of us who don't want to wait for November and just want to get writing, I've participated in Nanowrimo every year for the past 7 or so years. So for those of you who watch my videos, I may have mentioned it briefly in one of my past videos that I'm participating in Camp Nanowrimo this year. I haven't really been one to do Camp Nanowrimo usually, but I thought I would make a full video just explaining that I am participating in Camp Nanowrimo, so I will be reading slower than I usually do. I have started reading Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, but I've only read chapter 1 and I am really sad about that. By the time this video goes up, I probably will have read more than that, but as of right now, I've only read the first chapter. I really was hoping to read them on schedule with the Harry Potter rereadathon, but I am now falling behind. So I thought I would just share with you, if you are someone who is also participating in Camp Nanowrimo, or if you're interested to do it in the future, in case you're daunted by the idea of having to write 50,000 words within 1 month, the website is set up so that you can actually set your own word goal. So if you only want to write 10,000 words in the month instead, you can set your own word goal and the graph will change to represent that instead. It's really helpful because the website actually shows you what your current word count is, what you're meant to be at for the day, and everything like that, to estimate how much you need to write each day to get your goal on time. So one of the things I find really fun about Nanowrimo is that there is a Twitter Sprints Nanowrimo account, and it's called Nano Word Sprints. So if you want to follow them on Twitter, they host sprints pretty much all the time. They have different people coming on the account for different time zones. So whenever you are wanting to write, there'll be someone on the Twitter hosting sprints. There should be. A sprint is basically when you say, I'm going to write from, for example, 4 o'clock until 4:30, and I'm going to see how much I can write in that time. Sometimes they're less, sometimes it's 10-minute sprint, sometimes it's 15. You can do your own as well if you want, using just the hashtag #NanoWordSprints. It's just basically really fun. It gets you inspired to write more and to challenge yourself to try and write the most you can within the time frame that's given. One of the things that I do for my Nanowrimo, it probably doesn't work for everyone, but it seems to work for me, is that I have this kind of motto of write first, think later. I am not one for planning. I mean, I like to plan some things, but if I plan too much, I often get frustrated or worried when the characters take the story in a different direction and I just kind of go, that wasn't planned. What am I supposed to do now? So if I don't plan as much, then my characters, my story has free reign, especially for Nanowrimo, because Nanowrimo, you're writing so much in such a short amount of time and you just have to get the words out there. The other thing that you need to keep in mind for Nanowrimo, this is very, very important. At this point in time, it does not matter how good your writing is. It could be like the worst thing that you've ever written, but you now have more writing than you did before the month started. Whether it's what you planned or not, you've got more and you're one step closer to actually getting the story to be how you want it to be. Find your writing style and I'm sure it will be great, no matter what you write at this point in time. So one of the things I always do when Nanowrimo comes around is I will have a song that I listen to that basically inspires me for the story that I'm writing. It has to be a song that no matter what part of the story I'm writing, it will still inspire me. So yes, that means I'm listening to one song on repeat for an entire month. The song that I've chosen for this month is actually one that my sister and I are both using, and it's called The God of Thunder by Antti Martikainen. I don't know if I said that right, but we found this song recently, fell in love with it, and it's really just inspiring me at the moment. So check that out. If you like that as well and if you think that could inspire you to write a story, then let it inspire you. Put it on, listen to it, just immerse yourself and then start writing. The other thing I usually have with me when I'm doing Nanowrimo, when I'm writing, when I'm in the zone, is a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea when I'm writing. Sadly, it usually does not last for the entire time that I'm writing. I usually finish it within maybe the first 10 minutes of my writing session and then I have no more tea unless I go make more. But for at least part of the time, I definitely have a cup of tea, warming my insides and making me feel like I can do it. The story I'm writing, in case you're interested, it is fantasy. I'm writing a story about dragons and magic, and it's kind of set in like what you would call a medieval fantasy setting. They don't have technology community like we do. Another fun thing that I have noticed about myself when it comes to NaNoWriMo is that I can be very competitive. Last year, so 2015's NaNoWriMo, I participated in a lot of the nano word sprints on Twitter. That year I was actually aiming for 100,000 words instead of 50,000 words. And that brings me into the next thing I wanted to say on the note of me being competitive. This Camp NaNoWriMo, my sister has decided to aim for 100,000 words, and I was initially just going to aim for 50,000 words, but I'm competitive and she's my sister and I want to beat her. And I can't beat her if I'm aiming for less words than her. So I now have a question for you. Do you think that I should aim for 100,000 words, or do you think I should just stick to 50,000 words? To give you an idea, at the moment I am at approximately 23,000. If I was aiming for 100,000 by the end of the month, I would need to be at 45,000, which is approximately 20,000 words higher than what I've got right now. At the same time, I have so many books I want to read and other things I want to do this month. So my question is, should I spend the time writing or should I focus on reading more? So that's my question to you. Please let me know what you think I should do. And I've got the link in the description if you want to see my stats on Camp NaNoWriMo's website. You can see how many words I've written. And if I do change my goal to 100,000, you will be able to see that on the graph. But yes, please let me know by leaving a comment on what you think I should do. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao for now, monkeys!